I've got a few single friends and they just tell me that dating is just like super hard these days. Apparently a lot of people have real commitment issues. A lot of people are just incredibly picky. It's just they're not finding it very easy at all. And it made me think, is it like this everywhere? Is it like this in America as well? You know, are people really, because you hear so much about like a loneliness epidemic. People are more lonely than ever, which makes me think, like, if you're really lonely, you know maybe if you're not in a relationship, get in one. Just find someone that you enjoy spending time with and see how it goes. But it's weird that at the same time you've got all these lonely people, but then you've got all these people that apparently are refusing to get with someone. What's going on?
Modern dating is failing all of us. Never in history have we been so single, sexless, and childless. Here are some not
Wow.
so fun facts. Apparently, from 2008 to 2018, the percentage of men who reported having no sex in the past year has increased dramatically from 8% to 28%. And it's
Whoa.
predicted that by 2030, nearly half of all women between the ages of 25 and 44 in the US will be single and childless.
Half. That's insane. That's like tens of millions of women.
In this video, I'll give you some insights on why I think modern dating is currently failing men and women. And at the end of the video, I'll also give you my perspective on how I think we can fix the problem, or at least try to fix it. Dating apps. One thing that's changing the way we date is technology. We used to meet each other in real life, but nowadays a lot of us are meeting online. Now, I have nothing against online dating. If anything, it worked out great for me because it's how I met my boyfriend. And I also know a lot of other success stories. For a long time, I saw online dating as purely a good thing. But I've also noticed recently that there are a lot of people who hate online dating.
Yeah, honestly, like I've got a friend who just apparently the algorithm doesn't show his profile to a lot of people. He doesn't get many matches. Like, this guy's a good looking guy. At least I think he is. He should be getting dates, I think, but he just tells me that he doesn't get any. I don't know what's going on there, honestly.
Especially men. They say it's almost impossible to get any matches, and even if they get any matches, they just get ghosted all the time. But there are also women who are pretty negative about it. They complain about the quality of the men, and men being players and treating them poorly. So why do people have these negative experiences? This is the hypergamy chart. Hypergamy basically means dating someone out of your league. For example, higher physical attractiveness, more social status, or someone who's wealthier, or all of the above. On the left side, you see who men would happily partner with, which is typically a woman who's around their own level of attractiveness. And on the right side, you see that women want to partner with a man who is considered highly attractive, the men who are at the top of the food chain. And these men are in return willing to lower their standards for short-term dating.
Is that true though, ladies? Like, ladies that are single that are watching this, are you just looking for like a top tier guy? And you won't consider a guy who's, around about the same as you in terms of like looks, personality, income, that kind of thing? I don't know if that's true. It might be. It might be.
Short-term dating, not long-term. Now, there's a lot more to this, but what this means for online dating is that these men get all the likes. And because on dating apps, in the first place, it's mostly about looks, only the very good-looking ones get all the likes. As a result, all of these men are unhappy because only these men get all the matches. And a lot of women are also unhappy because they are going for a very small portion of men who aren't willing to settle with them and be in serious relationships. And I also know why I didn't have these negative experiences, because I did not only swipe right the guys who were very good looking or extremely successful. I always thought, if this person turns out to have a good personality, would I date him? And there are probably more women who think like this, but it's probably not a very large group because, yeah, the statistics aren't lying.
Wow. Median users daily swipes, but holy smokes. Okay, so guys are swiping way more right than ladies, it seems. Wow. So it's like 50-50. So like out of every two people, a guy will like one and not like the other. Oh my God. So it looks like women are way more selective based on this
This is
chart.
such a shocking statistic to me. I swipe right so much more. Anyway, I do think this approach to swiping on dating apps for women is a lot better. Because in real life, there's also so much more we pay attention to than just looks. Because maybe he's really smart or has a great personality. It takes time to find that out and get to know someone. You don't know that from just looking at someone's dating profile. I think it would be better if women would be more conscious of this and, you know, give more people a chance instead of just writing them off straight away. And for the very small portion of men who get all the matches on Tinder and sleep around, maybe at least be honest about your intentions, especially if someone genuinely likes you.
That's fair. Ladies watching this, do you agree that you swipe like no the vast majority of times? Single ladies, that is. Like, or do you disagree? Because that's unreal. So 95% no. That's crazy.
And you're not interested in anything for the long term. At the end of the day, it's not my place to tell anyone what they're supposed to do. I mean, it's your life. But I do think it would make dating a lot more pleasant for everyone. Otherwise, everyone just keeps hurting each other. Algorithms. Ask yourself this. If dating apps matched everyone perfectly, does that mean it's working? Or does it mean it's losing its users? I know a guy who has worked in the, let's say, dating app industry. And talking to him basically confirmed to me what I already suspected. Which is that these dating apps try to keep you on the platform for as long as possible so they can make the most amount of money. Like I said before, most men on dating apps don't get any matches. And these dating apps are counting on that because that's how they make their money. If the dating app matched everyone perfectly, who's going to pay for the extra likes, super likes, messages before
That's a good point. Wow. But then on the flip side, if the dating app is successful in terms of like lots of people get matches and get married, get in relationships, doesn't that boost the dating apps like popularity because it's good at what it's supposed to do?
matching and the profile boosts. There are so many things you can pay for these days. This wasn't even the case when I was on Tinder. This is just crazy. The algorithm is not helping you get into a relationship. It's helping the company making the most amount of money. Movies and TV series. I'll give you a great example of this. I recently watched a Netflix series called Bridgerton. It's a sort of costume drama about a girl who needs to marry, but her overprotective brother scared all of her potential husbands away. But then she meets a very attractive Duke, who she pretends to hate but is secretly very attracted to. The Duke, bitter from childhood trauma, refuses to ever marry anyone, so they agree to pretend to be dating, so she can make all the men jealous and interested in her, while he thinks other women will leave him alone. Which, if you know anything about male and female psychology, you know that that's the complete opposite of how the world works. Now, if it were the other way around, it could actually make sense. Because when women see that other women are interested in a man, they're going to be like, okay, interesting. What's going on there? Why are all these women interested in this man? There must be a good reason. Now, of course, women don't literally think this. It's mostly subconscious. Most women don't even know that they're doing this. But it's called mate choice copying. It basically means that you're romantically interested in someone because you see that other people find that person attractive.
Wow, that's so interesting. Huh. I wouldn't say I'm like that. If I see a lot of guys, interested in a lady, it's not really going to make me fancy her more, honestly. Nah. Guys, are you the same? Are you, or is it like for you, if you see a lot of guys that like this particular lady, you're like, ooh, does that make you more interested in her?
And women tend to do this, which has biological reasons. It's a strategy to assess social status and genetic quality of potential mates. Mother Nature, baby. And men might also do this, but less frequently and for different reasons. It's more influenced by the physical attractiveness of a woman. And most men actually don't like it when a woman is dating other men.
Yeah, like, I'll be honest, I don't like that. No.
Also, because of biological reasons. They want to make sure that they invest their time, resources, and energy in their own biological children. And if a woman dates other men, that definitely complicates things. So if we look at it from an evolutionary standpoint, this Netflix series has it all wrong. It basically communicates, if you want a man to like you, make him jealous by dating another man. And I actually knew girls back in school who tried to make the guy they liked jealous by kissing their best friend.
That is oh my God, that is the worst thing you could ever do. Most 99% of guys, if they see that, it is immediately like ick. It's over. I mean, come on. Like, fellas, am I right? If a girl you like kisses your best friend, are you gonna like her more? Absolutely not.
Which is really not going to help you if you want to get into a serious relationship with that guy. And of course, most women learn when they get older that these tactics don't work. I mean, hopefully, some people just never seem to learn from their mistakes. Now, you could say that this Netflix series is not meant to be educational and is just for entertainment. And I get that point of view. I've also enjoyed watching romantic comedies in the past, so I get it. But they did teach me the wrong things about dating. I was lucky that I was interested in psychology from a very young age. Otherwise, I never would have known how this whole dating thing works, and I definitely would have struggled a lot more. And
Honestly, I feel like dating was probably better back in the day, before the internet, when you maybe you met someone at school, in college, you got with them, you stayed with them, you got married, or you met someone in your small town. I think, and let me know if you disagree with this, I think dating apps have given people like this illusion of like endless choice, that you'll always find someone better. There's always someone a bit better looking. And I think it's damaged dating a little bit. Like, do you guys see any truth to that?
most people don't learn about the psychology behind dating, but they do see these movies and TV series, and they think that this is what you're supposed to do if you want to get someone to like you. And the same thing is happening to men, but in a different way. On TV and social media, we see that men are taught that they just have to be nice to a girl in order to get them to like them. Be kind, buy her flowers, send her good morning texts, give her compliments. But only doing this nice guy stuff is not going to work most of the time. And women actually do like these things when they are already attracted to you. Just a
Yeah.
little side note. But women also value other things. Things that, want to make them do more than just talking. Women also like a man who's confident, takes the lead, and flirts with her. The more masculine traits. And our society is also changing because men are not encouraged at all to be masculine these days. But it is what women also want in a romantic relationship.
It is so interesting, like hearing her make these points, which a lot of guys agree with, but you just don't often hear them coming from a lady. It definitely feels like society almost discourages like um you know overt masculinity a little bit. Like, I don't know, like it just feels like you're not really encouraged to be like a really sort of blokey guy. At least that's how I feel sometimes.
Ideally, you want someone who treats you very well, but also has the traits that I was just talking about. A guy who can do both. But that's not what society tells us. So I can understand that a lot of guys are bitter about this, because they are doing all of this nice guy stuff and it's still not working out. Women still don't like them. They see them only as a friend. My boyfriend is also my best friend in the entire world. There is a lot of friendship in the relationship, and that's also very important to me. But I also
Yeah.
feel very attracted to him because he's socially capable, funny, confident, and he often takes the lead. And he also had to learn most of these things the hard way. So yeah, a lot of what's going on is because in today's society, women are encouraged to be more masculine. Be a girl boss, go after that career, get that big paycheck. And there's nothing wrong with women doing well in their careers and making money, but you do have to ask yourself, does this actually make me happy? And be honest with yourself. When I was 18 and I was primed by my teachers and by my parents, I also thought that having a good career was the most important thing in the world. But I don't think that anymore. And I'm not saying I don't want to work at all. I'm just saying that being a CEO and working 80 hours a week doesn't sound like a very nice lifestyle to me.
Yeah, man. Honestly, like it's a really good point. I'm sure there's lots of people, men and women, who want to, amazing career, lots of money, lots of responsibility. But, some people are just happy raising a family, enjoying life with their loved ones.
Because it would distract me from what is actually important to me, which is taking care of my man and taking care of a family. And if your career is the most important thing in the world to you, you're probably not going to prioritize these things. And most men don't even really care that much about your career when they assess if they want to date you in the first place. And men, on the other hand, are encouraged to be more feminine, to be stay-at-home dads, and to not go up to a girl and talk to her because that's somehow creepy nowadays. They are encouraged to take on a more passive role in the relationship.
Ladies, if you were single and a guy came up to you in a bar to talk to you, you know, have a chat, offer to get you a drink, would you think that was creepy or would you be open to it?
And once again, if being a stay-at-home dad is what you really want and makes you happy and you have found a wife that finds that attractive, good for you. But most women want a man who's assertive and goes out into the world and makes an impact. If you didn't already notice, I am a big fan of traditional gender roles, and if you're not, that's fine. We don't have to agree on this. Now, how do we fix these problems? So a lot of it we can't influence or fix on an individual level. We can't change our entire Western culture or the dating app algorithms. And both women and men have needs that are deeply rooted in our psychology. We can't all of a sudden change these things. But I heard a great quote the other day. If the culture isn't serving you, you have to be brave enough to create your own culture. So what we can do on an individual level is learn about the psychology behind these things, because that helps you to understand why things in your life happen the way they do.
Look, she makes a lot of really good points, man. She really does. I think the way modern dating is now with the apps, something has got to change. You're seeing a lot of companies now do in-person events. There's a big company here called Thursday where they run an event every Thursday where you buy a ticket, everybody's single, and you get to meet in person. I think things like that are going to make a comeback for sure, because so many people aren't happy with the apps. So many people that when you look at them, you think you should have no issue finding dates and getting in a relationship, but the apps just do not show their profile to the opposite sex or whoever they're trying to get with. It's just something is definitely weird that is going on. Like, and I don't know how we're going to fix it, but maybe in-person events is the way to go. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.